What's going on, guys? It's Sage, John back again. And in 5 minutes, we're going to break down what is going on with AI and how it integrates into the current meta ads, and paid marketing for businesses, brands, and how you can stay ahead of the curve. And without further ado, let's get into it. The whole game behind meta ads is usually test, and then the large factor behind conversions always has to do with creative, right? And so then you're having to choose between, like, is this a good creative? Is it not a good creative? How do I make it better? What concepts can I use? How do I, steal possibly or look for a better model to do better ads? So usually it's just a laborious task in general. And a lot of people don't have the money, the skill to keep trying ads and it not work out. So most brands, most businesses, they end up failing with their ads. And but I would say AI makes it that much more streamlined. And it really just helps put data and creative together so that there's less friction.
No, that's 100%. I mean, AI doesn't get tired or bored of the same type of branding or the same creative.
For sure. Meta ads is great at doing the tasks that you don't need to be focusing on, the data-driven stuff, the stuff that is logical, factual, that you can basically program to be in the space where you can focus on mostly creative stuff, admin stuff. Basically, AI, when you integrate it into meta ads, when you're thinking about the three most important things for driving sales, and we've driven millions of sales for different brands and businesses, whether it's leads or conversions, it has to do with those three things. It's either creative, targeting, or copy. It's always those three things. So in the ads funnel, AI, where you have a Hyros tool, or whether you have an ad spy tool, or whether you're just using a ChatGPT type of, we were just talking about large language learning models to fix different things and make the rotational tasks that much easier. You can use AI to basically become a one-man army, and that's the entire idea behind AI right now in the meta ads, Google ads space.
So if you're saying, give me a creative as being an expert roofer who has 25 years experience or whatever, it will create that role. And that's why it's great, where it adds that out of the box and not groupie type, creative when you're in an agency or whatever, they all have, that's a good idea, and this, and they all have basically the same idea. You need that out of the box plus the role. And that AI
Guys, I almost forgot to share
Exactly.
this protein snack I found on TikTok this year.
Because eventually what drives sales is volume, like you trying out a bunch of different stuff. That's what makes a sale, right? Like if you don't have a direct audience, that you have like 1 million followers, 100,000 followers, any type of following that's your customer base, you're gonna have a huge issue, and that's when you run into ads. And so if your business is like we're word of mouth, that's the same as having no ads and no followers, or a very low follower rate, right? Like a business thrives on their sales, whether that's physical services or actual products. And the key to that is making sure that you have the right branding and that you have volumes of the content. AI, like I've been saying, once you have the target down, once you have an exact model, you can use AI to just take a specific creative and brand yourself and run ads endlessly. And so there's this Goalie Nutrition. It's huge, right? Apple cider vinegar, right?
Ooh.
And the huge thing about it, it's a supplement. It's a gummy supplement that has been branded as apple cider vinegar. If you don't know, helps with
that's good.
supposedly cancer, a bunch of other things, and mainly it's been portrayed to just be an overall health and wellness supplement.
Yeah, it balances the pH level. It does a lot of good stuff. It, anti-inflammatory.
narrative at scale. And so I know this because I saw the advertisement. And then I looked at the actual ads because I was working with a brand that wanted to remodel these ads. And I was like, hey, it's going to be hard, but good thing we have AI, because AI will take care of, if you look at these ads that are running currently, 240 results on Goalie's ad account right now. That means there's 240 different tests currently that were pulled up for. And in May, they have all of these campaigns that they launched, meaning it's crazy how many campaigns that they're currently running. Like, there's so many different trials and tests that they're doing and different ads within the ads that they're currently running that you won't be able to keep up if you don't have AI. So, for example, if I'm trying to copy these ads, I can use the same copy, I can find what's working, I can look at these images, and then I can just go ahead and go over to something like a Gamma and do ads creatives for this, right? Even this itself, this like little, action figure goalie, the heart hustler, the chill champion, that's AI generated. They're themselves using AI. So staying ahead of the curve, especially when you're trying to break into an area where like you want to have deal flow, client flow, conversions all the time, and get to the point where you're really in a place where you're just that quote unquote too big to fail, you have to use AI for the little stuff like copy, creatives, strategy, targeting. Because at the end of the day, like you can film a user-generated content video. You can film a video if you're a service provider saying, hey, this is what we do, this, and this. And then you can go into HeyGen, right? And then you can make other videos where like the videos are basically your voice, and your face, but it's an AI animated thing. And then you can go into Gamma, right? And Gamma will allow you to make creatives instantly without you needing any of like the creative work, right? I can say right now, hey, I need a website like goalie.com, or I need a website for apple cider, Vin gummies.
Well, you can give an example too, and we'll take that example.
Yeah, you can give an example. And so it's not as much as like you're looking for the perfect outcome with AI, but you definitely want to use it when it comes to putting everything together, right? Like you can get it to the place of a framework, and then from there you can go ahead and make adjustments. And so on and on and on, whether it's content, landing pages, AI video, targeting, finding leads. With ads, it specifically helps a lot. And so look at this, it's generating health and benefits. It's generating like images and talking about stuff that like within one sentence, it's just doing its own thing. And so whereas before you like would have to trial and error for, months and months and months, within a week, I can create hundreds of different variations. You just wouldn't be able to touch me. And it's all about what platform.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, you can do like to
utilize.
Yeah, sorry about the little choppy today.
No worries. Well, so the cool thing about this is we can't break everything down, right? Not in one podcast, and we're trying to keep it light. We went over how, AI helps with creative and copy, targeting, how you can literally become a one-man army with generating video ads, developing copy, personalizing messages. And then when it comes to data, like, would you rather have an Albert Einstein machine or, yourself on a tired day at the end of the week when it's Friday today, right? Like, when it comes to just straight logic and math, there's no beating the AI.